I know it's hard to get the actual unique skill page for a lot of the featured units like Yami, Fuego, Lich, or Fauna. So if you guys need some replacements, this is the video for you guys. This is going to be going over just 10 generally good skill pages, and I'll explain in what cases they're good in. Not specifically any roles or any characters, just I'll talk about these 10. I'm pretty sure I have 10 pulled up and we're just going to go through them. So basically what I chose was either SR skill pages or SSRs that you could get either for free or through picking. So the picking ones are all the base characters. So like Rill, Leopold, Sally, Lotus, you could get once a month in the skill page shop. And then all of these could be gotten in memory hall. So all of those are the ones I included, but not any of the seasonals or any of the featured ones like, well, Fuego, Fauna, Lich, and Yami, right? So those are off the table, but let's just get right into it, right? First off, I think this mysterious ancient book is probably one of the best SRs, just because you get the increased damage done, and 7% is quite good. If we compare it to like lists, I think like this, it's basically the same thing, just obviously with more scaling, but it starts off at the same, of course, with more curate, but it does make sense because this is a SSR. But for an SR, this is definitely really good, especially because you could probably dupe it out pretty easily if you get lucky. But I sadly only got my first one today, which is sad, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be using it when I get it maxed out because it's just hard to get unique skill pages sometimes, right? Now, this one is honestly really good for like support units or just people that need to go quick. Primarily, like, I think this could be really good for William, yeah? William or even Finro, right? You just put this on someone who needs to go quick, and it gives them the 5% or 20%, up to 20% stamina increase when you use a special skill, which is your ultimate. And so, like, let's say you want someone to attack quick again, getting up to 20% is insane, I'd say. That's a lot. That is a lot because, like, hold on, let me pull this up. How much does Lotus? Lotus lowers by 15%. So at max, you're like giving yourself more stamina than Lotus would take away. And if you like realize Lotus does take away a lot, so 20% of your stamina is going to give you a lot of your speed back, and your, well, not speed, but you're going to just be able to attack quicker, right? So I think this is definitely a good one for supports. Now this one is good mainly for tanks if you really don't have anything, and like also like if you don't have bars, put this on soul, just run soul, and you know, good for you, right? But basically it's going to be giving attack reduction potentially. This one's okay. I don't think it's one of the better ones, I want to preface that, but it is something that's runnable. That's all it is, runnable. Now this one is going to be good for either healers or attackers, or not attackers, burners. So basically why it's good is that's going to increase M attack, obviously, and it's guaranteed when you use a skill too. And why that's so good is that Fuego, Fauna, and Leopold all burn with their skill 2, and burn scales off of where is it? Burn scales off of attack and magic attack. So if you're getting that extra magic attack on skill 2, all 3 of them will get the extra damage for the burn, and then it's just going to help them more in the long run. So I think that's good, but it's also good for like the likes of Mimosa. At least this Mimosa, I don't care about the other one, because healing recovers based on magic attack. At least for now, it's only magic attack. So this Mimosa is definitely, this Mimosa skill page is very good, I'd say. For healers and burn, it could be runnable, right? Now, this one I'd say is also another really good DPS one, runnable on pretty much every DPS. It could be a replacement even for like red Yamis, I'd say. Hold on, let me pull it up. So why I'd say it's a replacement is that red Yamis could stack up to 5 times, up to 12.5, or this one is like what, 22.5, right? So if we compare, like the crit rate at base is better, but Yami does stack 5 times depending on every time an ally attacks. So for other units that isn't like red Yami, I'd say that you could even run this over this one if you want to if you want to get the crit rate away, and you also have it at like maxed out 15%. This one's really good, especially like just for DPSs like Lich. I think this one's like his second best in slot if you don't have Lich's skill page 100%, because it's the same thing as the skill page for Lich, except for the fact that there's damage done on this, but it's the same amount of crit rate, the exact same. So that's kind of to know. I think that solids is really solid. And this one's also really good for tanks, I'd say. Getting the defense and increased endurance is just amazing. So like for tanks, I mean, you're gonna want to run this, I'd say, if you don't have their main in slot for like Mars or Rades, I'd say. But I mean, to be fair, you could choose both of them. So definitely, if you're waiting, run the Shirin one. But if not, run the main. But like I'd say, this is definitely really good. Like the 30 to 50% defense is amazing. Now these are the SSR ones, the 4 really good ones. I think could be run on a lot of people. This one's gonna be pretty much on every single attacker, and including burn units, especially burn units, because you increase attack and magic attack. But just for every single DPS, you're going to be doing more damage. This is runnable on anyone who you want to do damage, and I think it's a really good one. So if you want to farm the memory hall stage for this one, I think you should, honestly. It's really good. Now, this one is a better version of the Shirin one, because it gives 40 to 80% defense, plus you get more healing, but that's irrelevant. It's more so the defense part that I'm like... I'm putting emphasis on, because getting up to 80% is insane if you do have it maxed out, and I do think you guys should consider it, right? I think that this one's pretty good for tanks, and honestly, like, I want to compare this to like Mars's, see which one I would like kind of say is better for him, because I'm thinking, because this gives fortify, well, 4 times, yeah, that could be good, and then this gives increased defense. So never mind, I think for Mars you're gonna want to run his skill page, because you know you do get the increase in the skill. Now, this one, honestly, I feel like is really good for, like, the likes of Lotus or, obviously, Rill. Any, like, AoE debuffer, including Charlotte and Nozel, this could be amazing for. You have a 60% chance of applying defense reduction for 2 turns when you use a special skill. And pretty much every single debuffer that I have in mind has an AoE ultimate. If we go here, we're going to go debuffer. They all have AoE ultimates. So running this one for the defense reduction on them is amazing, especially with Lotus. Because Lotus is going to apply a lot of, is going to apply incapacitate, slow, and also now defense reduction. So if you want to buy Rills for Lotus and you don't, I mean, like, to be fair, like, what's funny about it, though, like, if we go here, let's see. So Lotus, what this does is speed reduction, but if you want to do more damage to the enemies, I think you could run this instead, honestly. Because there's also the fact that, like, I just don't feel like it does too much for his skill 2, and either way, you don't use Lotus's skill too much, right? So I think that you could, it's basically a choice between either a 25% chance of lowering speed or 60% chance of lowering defense. I think the defense is better. But for if you just don't have Lotuses and you pulled Rills, you could put Rills on Lotus for sure. Now, Jax, this one is very situational, but I think it could be good in some cases of getting the increased damage done for the skill 1. If you like want to put on Yami, I just don't think it's amazing, but it's to note, right? It's something, but it's not amazing. I just wanted to kind of like mention it, right? But that's basically the list. Of course, like these skill pages, like the actual like seasonal and like featured ones are the best ones. Asta is what gives crit damage, a lot of crit damage. Yami's gives the skill point for every time you attack an enemy, and like sometimes you get like 4 skill points with 1 AoE, which is insane. Fuego's getting the increased damage done is also crazy. Yami's is really good, I'd say, if you have it maxed out or just higher up. Lich's is also really good, and then Fauna's is just so good for her, because you get obviously the burn on skill 2, and then you get the all attack, which is literally, it's literally just this. It's the same passive, which is funny, but obviously, so like, you know, if you want to use this for anyone, you can, but obviously can't guarantee it. So of course I'm giving you this list to just kind of show you guys that. So that's the video. Trying to just like squeeze it out till I'm done exams, but we're done soon, guys. I'm soon done. I got 1 exam left, and then we're back, and then I'm gonna be trying to make as many videos as I can. I've got like a good 5 in my head, so we're gonna try to keep up daily uploads. That's what we're gonna be hoping for, and of course new stuff's coming. So with that, I'm ending the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you got to this point. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.